Hey everyone, welcome to B2B Freelance Writer. A bit of a different video today. We'll be walking outside because it's one of the rare sunny days we've had in many rainy days. So I want to talk in this video about the true cost of making it as a freelance writer. Now, when you think about cost, you're thinking about paying for a landing page, paying for a professional email, and all of these are costs that you have to incur, LinkedIn Premium, which we've talked about before, and so on. But there is a bigger cost involved in becoming a freelance writer and really just making it in business as a whole. It's a very nice little waterfall there. And that cost is the psychological discomfort of uncertainty. Uncertainty is the price to pay to make it. It is a fixed cost of freelance writing. You've got to bear uncertainty, which means understand that you are operating within business cycles and that not everything is guaranteed. Understand that it's largely a question of timing and that you may or may not get your desired result within a specific time frame. And that's a very uncomfortable thing for the mind to understand, because our minds craves certainty and craves seeing things in a linear way. The mind wants to see a linear function. You input a certain amount and you get a specific output proportionate to that input. But this is not how it works. You may send cold emails, reach out through LinkedIn, so reaching out to different key people through different angles. And for the first month, you might not get anything, but then in week 2 of month 2, you get 3 clients landing in your lap just like that. So the outcome feels disproportionate to the input. And this is how it works. And the mind doesn't understand that. Our minds have been conditioned to see linear models everywhere. And as such, it craves that certainty that whatever you'll input will yield an equal or greater amount of output. But that's not the case. And when the mind sees that's not the case, it feels this uncertainty and there's this psychological discomfort coming from that. That's the true cost of freelancing. That's the true cost of making it into this business. You've got to handle that discomfort. You've got to be able to push through and not get immediate feedback when you are putting the inputs, which are building your online presence, reaching out to clients, following up, building your portfolio, adjusting based on feedback. All of these are inputs, and at some point when the outcome will come, it will feel disproportionate. It will feel like, oh my God, I am suddenly now at 8K per month. It is not sudden. This is how the process works, because there's a compounding factor which you do not see, which the mind does not see. It instead sees immediately what's going on, and if it doesn't see any feedback, if it doesn't get any positive feedback, the mind panics. This is the biggest cost you'll have to deal with, and it's a big cost. You might think that it does not have a financial strain, but it does. This is what causes you to start all over again. So give up and then start all over again. You try to make it as a freelancer, it doesn't work, you give up, and then the pain of not making a full-time income from your laptop is so high that you get started again. You get all that excitement from building a new landing page, a new portfolio, of building a new prospect list. All of these are dopamine hits, and they work in the beginning, and then there is that silence that settles in, that uncertainty again. And if you can't handle it, you're back to square one. So there's a big cost to not being able to handle that psychological uncertainty. You've got to be strong in the mind, and you've got to really understand that this is the cost. this is what you're trading for. You're trading that psychological comfort for a better payoff in the future. Hope this makes sense. I'll see you in the next one. Hit subscribe for daily content on making it in the B2B industry as a freelance writer, which is the best industry so far for content marketing, for content writing, and you can get in on that too. Cheers.